Ukraine Asuka Kazama support episode 74. Tekken 8 Jin Kazama and Jun Kazama and Asuka Kazama friends Ukraine.
The other goes home a loser. Because in box
for the road, dude. We gotta put work in. Let's roll, homie. Families. Families for life, homie. You down? Homie, let's roll on some busters. We gon' roll, homie, or what?
Unlike most sports, gravity works downwards.
You gotta be shitting me!
For years now.
Oh, so sorry. I seemed all insensitive for a second there, possibly ruining my career. Would it help if I slept with you?
Probably not, dude, though. She wouldn't even notice. I mean, I get away with it all the time. Even after I get in with your sister. Actually, our relationship is better than ever. I mean, the passion is amazing. It gets I'm a new person each time. If she was back to the way she was before the accident, wow, I put her in a coma myself. I mean, it's fantastic.
That's very informative. You know, last night, I wondered what it would be like to be granddad. Then I watched My Five Uncles. God, I'd love to live in that house. Remember, a heart can mend, but a divorce lasts forever. Unless he makes you a widow. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Lonely Hearts. I was just calling up there because I was listening and I figured out, that I could help out some of y'all clients, This is none other than Jizzy, the proprietor of the Pleasure Domes Club. If anybody is out there lonely, first of all, with all the people on this planet walking around, there's no reason for anybody to be lonely. You understand? That's why I'm in the business of keeping people with company. You know what I'm saying? People who got low self-esteem and they need to pick me up. They need to come down to the Pleasure Dome, hang out with me, Jizzy, and my girls. You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep you company, have you feeling good. And this goes for everybody. I don't care who you are, how old you are. So come on down and hang out with me if you're lonely. And I'm gonna tell you something. You won't be lonely from the moment you walk in the door. Somebody's gonna grab your hand. It's gonna be all about to get there.
Good grief! That's not the way Lonely Hearts works at all! Is anyone here suffering? I want pain, misery, desolation, all the important things.
Hi, this is Tamara. I'm a stalker.
That's really beautiful. Tell everyone about it.
My man, well, I call him that, even though he's broken off all contact and is married to someone else. Took his cell and sent his card to him in an envelope. He liked it so much, told the police and even the newspaper. Then I burned down his place of business, and now I have a special surprise for him.
You have a great week. Isn't that really beautiful? That's all we have time for. If your heart is lonely, listen to other losers and you won't be lonely anymore. You'll want to spend...
Listen to Derek Zachary, don't shit on no one. But I do like to piss on my seat and at my seat too. Not really on it, so stay out of the way.
Now tell me, the fight game, that ain't rigged, is it?
Of course not. Hey, how could anything professional be fake? Hey, there's too much money at stake for one thing. I mean...
Born child. Plus, protests continue outside the Zebra Bar Candy Company. Now for traffic and transit with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns. The aftermath of the devastating earthquake continues. Travel is still severely restricted statewide. Officials say there are still no reported casualties, which is truly unfortunate as it makes for incredibly boring news. The federal government is still refusing aid to help rebuild bridges, and everyone is blaming each other. The governor is threatening to bomb Australia, despite scientific proof it wasn't their fault. Richard Burns, WCTR.
What are you doing now?
Police say gang trouble is on the rise again, especially in Los Angeles. Sources believe it is linked to the rising drugs trade, while others blame the fascist pigs. Also in gang news, customs officials report a huge influx of Russian mobsters and cheap weapons since the fall of the wall. The governor's office said everything is okay. In Vinewood news, rapper Mad Dog was celebrating the launch of his new clothing line. Richard caught up with him.
The thing about Mad Dog is, think about becoming a superstar. I mean, I've done everything I can do in the rap game. I want shit hands down. Nobody can handle me, Lifetime champ, no shit. I say shit. Oh, hey man, it's cool. That's cool. Okay, no shit. I got clothes. I got labels coming out, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing drinks. I got shoes, tires, rims. Thinking, next stage is being a full-on superstar, Get to wear tight suit, nail a lot of tail. You know what I do in real life. Gotta give me a drink, though, like
What a troubled man. Sounds like he should lay off the sauce. Also today, a Tourette's theater group banned from the park, unless they take up more. And finally...
Here, it's news and talk that our sponsors agree on. WCTR.
You think you're American, but do you drink American?
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I like to relax after a hard day at work. And I like to relax hard. Get really drunk. So drunk, you can't tell your sister from your wife. Now that's fun. And now I can do it without gaining pounds. Thanks to new Lager Light. Drink even more, gain less. It's the Lager Light promise. At first, the guys were like, I didn't know you drank light beer. Are you gonna start wearing dresses and drinking wine coolers too? Well, then I explained it facilitated alcoholism without the intended weight gain, and they really switched. Now we're all lager men.
Lager Light. We're lightened beer, not loafers.
If you're into exploring exotic places and forbidden fruit, stay tuned. It's The Wild Traveler. Next.
Support for The Wild Traveler is brought to you by the Ultimate Disc in the Dark Association of America, who encourages you to get out and play hard. Hello, I'm James Pedestin, World Traveler, and this is The Wild Traveler. We're discussing the world and all of its many pleasures. Let me put it like this. Why have a hot dog from an uncaring vendor by the bathroom when you can attend a beer-guzzling marathon in Germany with enormous men and taste a wonderful German's Wurst? The world is full of edible things, and you can discover them for yourself. Come along, I'll take you there. It was dusk, and the sun bled red over the city in Thailand as Chun brought me a sparkling water. A delicate, handsome, lovely young boy. The war is folly, and we can only unite by visiting these epochs of culture, where a man can be himself, smoke cigarettes, dress in gladiator clothing if he likes. We mustn't force our way and culture upon other people's. Rather, breathe it in, become part of it. Maybe Hemingway was right about love. Maybe Freud was. We're all fighting inside to let a wild creature mate in the rain. I travel, therefore I am. This is a show that embraces culture from around the world. Let's take our first caller.
Yeah, I totally agree with you about Australia. And you're right, the moon is shit. Also, thinking of visiting Colombia. Do you have any recommendations?
Oh, yes, fantastic forms of recreation to be had in Colombia. It's a blizzard of excitement. And cheap. The rails are great and long. Bolivia's not bad either. You'll be surprised to find out how the party never stops.
How's the food?
Well, a lighter is the most you need to cook up food. But there's scarcely time to eat, my boy. You'll meet fascinating.
Charity and civilization. Europe is not the real world. This is.
Well, I love to slum about in a dirty youth hostel and communal showers as much as the next man. Sometimes more. But I have to agree, Europe is overrated. Eastern Europe was good for a few years after the wall came down, but even there the police are too strict. You just can't let your hair down. There are far more unexplored pleasures to be had in the Far East. Next caller, you're on The Wild Traveler.
Hey, I've been listening to you go on and on about traveling. Do you know how expensive it is to fly to Asia? Russia saw the light. They're all coming here to set up crime families and run numbers. South America, everyone went extinct there. They have less culture there than the content of my toilet bowl. Rainforest, schmain forest. And Mexico, if I wanted to be that close to my ancient ancestors, I'd be banging my mother-in-law instead of my wife's best friend.
Look, we can fight like beasts or agree to disagree. I'm sure the summit of your aspirations in life is a cheerleader with fake guns, but some of us think a little more exotically than this. Next caller, vamos, buenos dias and noches. If you don't smile, I won't deep. Harder! Sorry, got lost for a second. Speak.
Hey, I love this show. I'm a huge fan. I visit all the places you recommended, and in a lot of them, they're still talking about you. I even saw posters of you in the customs booth at the airport in the Philippines. You rock!
No doubt, I love Manila. Had a great time.
But that show you did last week, what was the name of that spiritual center in Bangkok?
The Wild Dragon's Happy Ending. Very spiritual. You will find it in the peace.
Awesome. I can't wait. Thanks, man.
Yes, we all love to travel, get away from it all, get away from the people with computers and their databases, the police harassing you for doing nothing. I just hate showing up to some place to enjoy myself and people are being forced from their homes by war or famine or whatever. Life is great! Stop ruining it! Next caller.
Hey, the FBI wants to talk to me about a perfectly innocent collection of vacation photographs overseas that I had no idea were being taken. I mean, any ignorant fool can misinterpret. I was teaching them how to swim.
I have a lot of experience with this. I want you to stop for a moment and let me read from my travel journal. I think everyone should keep a journal. Paste pictures, notes. Sometimes people object to you taking their...
It's Derek Thackeray in the tight end zone. Brought to you by Eris Pump Up Shoes. Because women love a winner, and winners wear shoes.
Start with the national anthem. Screw it. Yeah, I got to. Just play the opening. Welcome back to the tight end zone. Now it's time for something really important. Fat men talking about games they don't really understand, played by people they don't know. I'm your host, Derek Thackeray. What a crazy year it's been. Let's recap it. Drug scandals involving preschool soccer moms. And the national finals, rich and popular people are fighting it out. Pay attention, the country is in mourning. And most importantly, sportswear. We talk to a fitness expert about the crucial role of endorsed clothing. And who could forget, we visit the greatest moments.
Here he comes. He's in the shadows. There he is. Is he going to make it? Yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just witnessed is the biggest moment in world history. Who cares about a Declaration of Independence or discovery of penicillin? You have just seen one man score a point. When the rest of the world discovers TV, they'll be able to see this. Wow, isn't that amazing? He did what he was paid to do.
We love sports more than you. Now, let's talk about it. Stay in the tight and let's go to the phones.
Yeah, the Wolves! Hey, Derek, my name's Jason, and I'm a Wolves fan. First-time caller. I don't vote, I can't be bothered. But I will kick your ass if you disrespect my sports team.
Okay, the Wolves, that's a team playing sports as if they cared.
Yeah, the Wolves! I don't care who's sleeping with who on the team.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Okay. Hey, let's take another call. Who's on the phone? Hello, caller. You're on with the tight end of radio.
Hey, I'm a big Olympics fan. Always have been, since day one. Been to every one.
Me too. I love the games, especially the luge. I'm married, so sliding down an icy tunnel of doom at high speed makes sense.
Yeah, I know about frigid action myself. I mean, they gotta be kidding me. Since when has running been an Olympic sport? Running ain't a sport. Don't make me puke. Anyone can run. My ex-wife made me an athlete. I ran my ass off when the Red Baron flew into town.
I tell it poorly.
Man, I totally identify with shallow heroes who I don't know personally. God, I love a dude with a big pituitary. I love the tallies, man, but you know, this year, I'm telling you, they're going to need to score some points and get some yardage and win the game.
Yeah, if they don't win, men will be beating their wives with good reason. Hey, they got to start playing to win, trying to score some on the other team. Yeah, wish I had a wife so she could beat me.
Here's what I say, man. If you want to be number one, you got to go for first place.
I know. Hey, I mean, it's great stating the obvious, but once you get paid for it, things get really complicated.
Man, I was at their training camp this spring, and the mood...
Next up on WCTR, the news, we try to make it interesting and not depressing.
This is Leanne for Get WCTR News. Foreigners are coming. Who are they and why should we care? The FDA warns shampoo is killing. Your unborn child plus protests continue outside the Zebra Bar Candy Company now for traffic and transit with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns. The aftermath of the devastating earthquake continues. Travel is still severely restricted. Casualties, which is truly unfortunate, as it makes for incredibly boring news. The federal government is still refusing aid to help rebuild bridges, and everyone is blaming each other. The governor is threatening to bomb Australia despite scientific proof it wasn't their fault. Richard Burns, WCTR.
Police say gang trouble is on the rise again, especially in Los Santos. Forces believe it is linked to the rising drug drugs trade while others blame the fascist pig. Also in gang news, customs officials report a huge influx of Russian mobsters and cheap weapons since the fall of the wall. The governor office said everything is okay. In Vinewood News, rapper Mad Dog was celebrating the launch of his new clothing line. Richard caught up with him.
Thing about Mad Dog is I'm thinking about becoming a superstar. I mean, you know, I've done everything I can do in the rap game. I won shit hands down. Nobody can handle me, you know. Lifetime champ, no shit. Can I say shit?
Oh, hey man, it's cool.
That's cool. Okay, no shit. I got clothes. I got labels coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing drinks. I got shoes, tires, rims, thinking, you know, next day just being a full-on superstar. No, you get to wear a tight suit and nail a lot of tail, you dig. You know what I do in real life. Oughta get me a drink though right now, cause I'm thirsty, you know.
What a troubled man. Sounds like he should lay off the sauce. Also today, a Tourette's theater group banned from the park unless they take up mine. And finally, in foreign news, a suspected U.S. agent was caught in Panama selling weaponry to right-wing guerrillas, causing a major incident, but we plan mostly to gloss over the implications and hope you enjoy some sporting activity tonight. The state...
If it's behind, smells like hell, I want to plant one on my ex-wife's lawn.
It's called Amorphophallus titanium. God, I love to say that. Amorphophallus titanium. The sound of it gives me a redwood in my khakis. If I come back as a superhero... It's Amorphophallus titanium, the rare botanical wonder. See his 8-foot protrusion as he pollinates on everyone.
But why does it stink so bad?
It's about marking your territory, my dear. Don't mark your territory, do you? You should try it. Pee on the front door of your office. Just see if anybody thinks of coming near you.
Okay, I would try that. Thank you so much for the advice, Maurice.
Oh, I'm here to help, sailor.
Gardening with Maurice, only on WCTR.
There's a war going on in the streets. It's the war on thirst. Sprunk is winning the war on thirst with the new grenade-shaped cans.
Hey yo, pull the pin and blow your thirst right off in that brand new taste explosion.
Boom! Now that's the sound of refreshment. Sprunk. Go AWOL from the Cola Wars with an energizing mix of lemon, lime, times of caffeine and sugar.
Plus, mercury and benzene for that extra pop.
Yo, it'll bring your temperature right up and the bubble. Other beverages use carbon dioxide.
We use ether to kick up that phase.
Thanks to all that mercury, you won't remember anything that tasted so good. Now pick up a Sprunk Thermonuclear 6-pack. Kill thirst and liven up the party. So all your friends are Sprunk in the grenade-shaped can and enter the Sprunk sweepstakes where you can win a real case of grenades. Sprunk, blow your thirst right off in that brand new taste explosion.
If you love to hear liberals whine and conservatives lecture, then stay tuned for I Say You Say.
The future of America threatened again. This time we need it. I'm Dr. Phillips.
And I'm also Dr. Phillips. Today on the show, do cave paintings in museums make us violent?
The anti-beef movement. Both Hitler and Mussolini were vegetarian.
And we take on the highly charged debate about test tube babies and actually talk to one.
I have flashbacks and go into hysterics in science class. Do you know what it's like growing up in a beaker?
That's all today on I Say You Say. We share last names, but that's about it. I'm Peyton, that's my wife Mary, and this is I Say You Say, where left is right and right is wrong.
Or where east meets west, and the west always wins. That wall came down, darling.
Yes, unfortunately it did. I don't know if you saw today's news, so who is in the right in this great dialectical disaster? Is it, as I think, a case of share and share alike, love your fellow man and all wear matching jumpsuits while working on a collective hydroponic farm growing potatoes? Or kill or be killed, crush the weak, and starve the poor is my wonderful life. You decide, or let us decide for you. Give us a call and let my wife, a professor in social Darwinism, or me, lecturer in pointless anthropology, work things out.
That's the problem with liberals. They don't know when to shut up and enjoy freedom. Let's go to the phones.
Yeah, hi. Here's the deal. I'm really funny, but nobody wants to hire somebody funny. I mean, how is that fair? I mean, I'm white, middle class, very erudite, you know, whatever that means. But people just respond badly to me. I don't understand it.
Are you related to my husband?
I don't think so.
I hope not. Have you got a question about politics?
Yeah, sure. I know a lot about politics. Hey, can I do your job? You know, I used to be on the radio back in the day.
Even my husband can't do his job, you strange, pathetic little sap. Let's have a real caller, please.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm a first-time caller to the show. I wanted to know what you guys thought about the proposition to ban smoking.
Well, this is a simple issue. Smoking. Democracy at work again in our state. Seems like a good thing when you first look at it, but democracy only works when you agree with it. Then it's best to favor a totalitarian state. I'm not sure about this one.
I think smoking is an invasion of my body, and I've always wanted to shoot people. I'm right behind the proposition.
Me too. Thanks, Michelle.
I also wanted to say hi to my stepbrother Phil, who's been undergoing a hair transplant today. Hey Phil, if you're listening, I hope it sticks this time. I won't tell anyone you've got plugged, honey. I'm really proud of you.
That's great, honey. But if you want shout-outs, call the rap station.
That's offensive, and I'm really offended by what you're saying. I'm a smoker. This used to be a free country.
When?
Hey, look, man, I'm heavy. I don't move. Yes, good point. But remember, our founding fathers grew tobacco. It relaxed them between stress.
Department is advising against foreign travel. This was Leanne. Forget WCTR News. Let's be careful out there.
Turn over in case you learned something the news.